Okay, so let's go back in to example 5. Now be careful on this example. There's actually two pages of answers. So if the first two don't work, we'll be okay here. And I'm going to make sure my pen works. I had trouble in the other one. Okay, so here's the thing. It says if triangle MKJ is congruent to triangle MNL, which of the following must be true? So we know M corresponds to M. So that means this angle and this angle must be the same if they're similar. We know K and N go together. So I'll call this 2 marks based on a similarity statement. And then we know L and J, and they're both marked the same here. So let me get rid of some stuff here. I'm going to get rid of so we're back here, and so we need to ask ourselves, does angle, let's go over here, does angle JKM, is it congruent to NLM? And so they have to be corresponding. So JKM, J to K to M, that's this angle here, is that corresponding to NLM? N to L to M. No, they're not corresponding. They have different markers in them. So they're not, this is clearly a wrong statement. We would not choose A. Okay? So I'm going to clear this off again. Okay, so let's look at B here. Okay, so here's B over here. It says the ratio, so there's a defined MK. So we know MK is first and second. Corresponds to MN. So let's see, and that seems to work here. So MK corresponds to MN. Now they're not the same length, but their fraction should be the same as the other two sides that match up. They said, so this is the small triangle, and this is the big one, so it's small triangle divided by big. So is KJ in the small triangle? Yes, it is. Okay? And KJ is second and third. So we want to look here at NL, second and third in the big triangle. Is NL? Yes. So this is small to big. And it looks like they correspond. So if these are in fact this would say that this ratio equals this ratio. That means they're in proportion. So it says, let's look at what they're saying, because the ratios of the lengths of the corresponding sides, so, well, this looks like it's probably a true statement. Okay? So if I had to choose between A and B, I would choose B. Okay? So let's go to the next page. It's the same picture. So I just need to change my pointer. I need to go to the next slide. Okay, so it's the same picture. Okay, it says, so we need to check C. It says, are the ratios the same? We got to get, so let's go back to it. So KJ and LN. So let's go over here. Here's KJ and LN. Okay, they seem to correspond. So that part's okay. Small to big, and everything seems to correspond. Okay, and then it says ML. Well, ML's in the big triangle. It's first and third, and MK is first and second. Nah, ML, this is big, and this is small. That's a problem. And this ML should correspond to MJ. Those two should correspond, but it says MK, so that's not, it's going to mess up anyways. This has got a problem, because it's not corresponding. It should be small divided by big equals small divided by big, but they've got this backwards. And then you also notice that these two don't even correspond to the same thing based on the similarity statement. So it fails for a couple of reasons. They didn't set it up small divided by big, small divided by big like they started with. And so that's the first problem. The second problem is it should be MJ and ML going together, and they actually don't based on that. So that's wrong on that front. Let me clear that off. Okay, and let's look at part D. Okay, it says angle KJM. Well, let's get our pointer right. I didn't have the pen on. Okay. Pointer's not working again. There we go. Pointer's working now. So KJM, K to J to M, should correspond to, and well, they said M and L. Well, we know they should be the same letter, and they aren't. We can also look in here. It should be K to J, should be second, third, first, to N, second, third, and then first. So we should go like this and then come back. So that would be NLM. NLM. They should correspond there. We already verified that, and it doesn't. So it fails as well. So this one is wrong as well. That was wrong. That was wrong. And only, if we go back to the previous slide, only B worked out. They aren't corresponding angles. These are not corresponding angles, even if you say they are, but they're not, based on the similarity statement. So that's the end of that one. Hope you understood that.